Today, I'm going to be teaching all of you how to consistently win every game you play. And as a top 200 Unreal ranked player with a decent amount of wins this season, I'd say I know what I'm talking about. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed. But with that, let's get into the video. Now, the biggest question is, how do you be successful in endgame? And I'm going to be going over that very simply. Notice how I'm spraying at these people here. I'm not only spraying at this guy, I'm going to start spraying at other people as well. You see me spray that guy, you see me spray this guy. Now, basically, my whole goal here is to force everyone to this half of zone. If you cut zone in half, like right where my camera is, you want to cut the zone in half and force everyone onto one side. Look at what I'm doing right here. Look at how many people are over here fighting. We have the entire lobby here. There's only one random guy in the corner of the map right here. So I'd say I did a pretty good job. But just doing this allows you to have free rotates the entire game. And I'm going to be showcasing that here. Now, another thing, with the scan coin and the AUG, this obviously helps my cause because I can just look back and hold people. But my goal here is to look back and wait for free kills. A lot of people here are going to be shambles. They will not have a lot of health because they're obviously fighting each other. Now, let's say you're in this position. What should you do? The one rule I have for you is to never go first. You never go first no matter what. Unless you see a clear way out, you should never go first, because this guy is a clear example of why you never go first. Because as soon as that happens, look at how many people look at him. Me and this guy included. All these people start to look at him and he starts to get sprayed and held. And that means that he's super weak on HP now. And now when he tries to run, since he's the first person out, I can see him and then pick up a free kill. So like this guy here, he hears this guy run away and get to the loot. That means that it's his time to go, and then he can start his rotate without getting shot. This is what you want to do instead of just going early, because it allows you to get to zone without getting shot less. Now, obviously, being all alone over there helped me, and I'm able to use my broom to just simply rotate all the way to zone without having to deal with anyone. Notice how I see this guy running though, and I get in front of him and I beat him to zone. This is the perfect way to pick up refreshes and any mats that you need on people, because then you can start to look back and hold people. Notice how I got in front of him and zone is pulling right here, so I establish in front of him. So now he has two choices. He can either run in here or he can run at me. Don't want to run at me because I have a mythic AUG, and you know, this thing does beam. So once I get that crazy beam, obviously I can start to key him. But this guy does pull up to me. I don't want to jump in his box, because if I do, I'm going to be in the back of zone. So I make sure just to back up, and I just kind of chill, spray the other guy. I'm just controlling everyone, right? And then I see this guy here. Don't build in wood in endgame, obviously. This is a big tip you should never do, because you can be like this guy and just get sprayed out and drop and die. So don't do that. Notice how as soon as I get the mats, I build in brick so that I don't get shot, covering myself. And this guy building in wood again, this is just a big no-no. Never do that. Now, obviously, again, different zone. It's been like a whole 2 minutes, but notice the entire map. Where is everyone? Everyone is on this side of zone. If you cut the zone in half, like right here, you would literally have every other player on that side of zone. And that means that, again, I have the freest rotate, and I don't even have to worry about what's in front of me. Again, with the scan coin as well, that makes it a lot easier, because you can just focus on your rotate and you can see everyone around you. So it just makes it a lot easier. Now, notice after I get that beam, I start to push this guy, and I, check around. I check to see if he has armored walls on all of his sides. I realize he does, and then I look at where zone's pulling. I take a little glance, and I notice zone is pulling back here, and that means that I should get up to zone early instead of last, and that allows me to get up on high ground. You're going to see me literally just leave that fight. It's not worth it, and then I establish myself with the hard mats, get up early, and then that allows me to look back again, and then I can just pick up more kills, just like that one there, and then I can just keep looking back. See the guys here? This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to be waiting till the last second when zone starts to get on your back and then you start to run. Because if you do this, you're often going to get looked at and you're just going to get lasered out of the sky, like this guy. He gets cracked and then he has to stop and box up. Now, this guy actually makes a bad rotate. He starts to run up here and farm mats. The problem with this is I'm obviously blocking off that channel. So what he should have done originally is what he's doing now. Notice how he's running out of my line of sight and I can't see him. And he also does a good job pressuring, and that means that he can get under me and get to zone. Also, another thing, the broom is super helpful in these endgame situations, because you can literally just stay to the back of zone and then tap your broom last second just to get to high ground. You don't even have to worry about going early if you have a broom. Also, when you jump off of a broom, you have delay to pull out your shotgun. You can never pull out your gun until you land, and then you can obviously pull out your shotgun after delay. But what you can do is you can instantly pull out your map. Like here, I tap my cancel on my broom, and then I can literally just fall out and hold my map. See how I got my map out super early there? You can't do that with a shotgun, but you can do it with builds. Now notice again, zone priority again. These are very, very simple end games. They're just ranked end games, Unreal end games. But notice how I just get to zone early, and I notice I take note of this guy not having mats earlier because he was trying to chop out my builds. So I know that he's low on mats, so I keep pressuring him because I know he's an easy target. And obviously he's building in wood, so that's obviously a sign of low materials. And obviously he just jumps in the air because he has nothing left and I can just pick up a kill. This guy at the end, very, very simple kill. Again, I'm just going to speed it up for you guys. He tries to build up to me. I'm just basically playing super passive and just waiting for him to make a mistake. Now, one really quick tip for you guys, when you're trying to pressure walls and you're a few layers above but you want to drop, pressure the wall as you fall. This means that you can always steal the wall as you're falling. Because if you just fall and grab the wall, that takes a few more seconds. But if you fall while you're shooting and then you grab the wall, this makes it a lot easier to steal it and catch the opponent off guard. And then I get that extra hit. And then I'm able to just do a double edit on them because they're my builds. And then I can just pick up a free win. Now with solo zone, you're probably asking yourself, how do you win a game of duos? If so, let's go over a simple and quick Unreal Ranked endgame to teach all of you some simple ways to consistently pick up wins. Now to get started with this duo game, notice how I'm back here and my teammates goes early. He goes early and he gets set up early and he's going to establish height for us so that we can use it for later. This is very good because this obviously gives us the best position on the map and we actually beat out, as you can see, these two teams rotating with their brooms. That means that we have first pick on high ground and these guys have to settle for a lower layer. Also, if you guys are enjoying this content so far, go check out my community. It is free. In this community, you could have the chance of 1v1ing me. Also, I shout out people every single day. Here's today's. So if this does interest you, go to the link in the description. Go check it out, and let's get back into the video. Now, once this zone closes, it's very important this rotate. Now, this zone is going to end up pulling back over this hill right here onto this mountain. That means that you obviously have to go back down and then up. So you obviously need to find the best way to do that while also not getting in any crazy fights. Now, as zone starts to pull, notice how we're not going last second when the zone gets right on us. We go a little bit early, but we also go right when the other team goes. This means that we have no chance of getting sprayed. Another thing that's very important is we also rotate after we tap our fizz. We don't jump. Imagine we jump right here. Imagine we jump and someone's literally just looking right at us. Like imagine there's someone right here. He could literally just beam us out of there. But since you fall, it's a lot easier for you to get to zone without getting shot. And we also notice that this side of zone is dead side and it's opening up over here. So we use that to our advantage. We also have the scanner coin, so it does make it a little easier. We drop down here to save mats and then we switch to our wood. Notice how earlier we were building in brick, but then when we get here and we fall down, we use our wood to sky ramp. Don't be like this guy using all of your brick and metal to get up, because then later you're not going to have it. So once we get to zone, we use the dead side. Obviously we rotate right up this hill and we set up next to this team. I purposely set up next to this team because we want a refresh, because going through these end games without getting any kills or refreshes makes it really hard to win, because by the end of the game you're on no mats and that's not what you want to be. So notice how once I get over here, I'm establishing low ground and I'm cutting them off. I'm not trying to kill them right now. I'm just cutting them off. I grab this wall so that they can't go into their tarp. This cuts them off, and obviously zone is on their back and closing in, so now they're forced to go this direction. Now this guy doesn't scout obviously and realize this is open, and he runs into the open and he's going to get beamed right here because we have a really crazy peanut butter setup. He gets cracked and then his teammate gets baited in. And now we eventually knock him right there, and we're going to go for the body. This is very important. We don't need this extra kill right here. We could get it, you know, maybe. He armor walls it off, so it's probably not worth it anymore. But let's just focus on getting the refresh, because those are the mats that we need, and we can secure those mats. Now this next zone is very important, again, that you don't tap your fizz and jump. If you tap your fizz and jump, you will always get sprayed in the air. Another thing you guys should be doing is mirroring height. Like this guy right here, this is a great example to rotate. No matter what this guy does, he can't get shot from anyone around him because he's under height, and that's their blind spot. So he can't get shot, and then he can rotate. Now, once me and my teammate have gotten to zone, this is a very important moment. Again, you never tap your fizz and jump. If you tap your fizz and jump, you're always going to get shot out of the air. Notice when I go, I build the ramps above us, and look how they start to spray. It's literally perfect timing. When they start to spray me, those ramps are there to help me, and then I can bonk my head off the ramps so that I don't get sprayed, and then I can land in zone with my teammate, and we can just box up and chill for next rotate. Now at this point we're looking for a refresh, but the person we're looking to get a refresh off is the people with either wood or brick. I'm trying to look at the people who are using their soft mats, because that means that they're easy targets. I see this guy, I see him building wood below him, and I know that he's probably on like siphon mats or even less, so I know that we can pick up a free kill and get siphon mats off him. And I put a cone here to block me from getting sprayed from height, and me and my teammate both spray him at the same time. We drop him into our box. He's super weak. We're able to pick up all those mats, a golden gatekeeper, Now, one tip I have for you guys, if you're a high ground team, don't leave your teammate. These two guys are on the same team. They were playing height earlier. This guy right here and this guy right here. So the problem with this is they're separated, and that means that they're not working together as a team. And that means that anyone working as a team, like me and my teammate right here, can simply just edit on him and pick up a free elimination. So make sure that you guys stay with your teammate, because if this guy just stayed on height, he probably would have won the game. And obviously, since it's a 2v1 situation, we're able to end up winning that game. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure that you guys are subscribed. Go join my community. Also, if you want to see how to Unreal rank, or you want to win more fights just like me, go check out these videos right here. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.